So, folks, we gotta talk about, of course, the team up between one Barack Hussein Obama and one Zohran Mamdani. Well, I thought, of course, what better way to take a look at what Barack Hussein Obama is up to with Zohran Mamdani than through the eyes of one Ben Shapiro. So let's take a look. What does Ben Shapiro think about this dastardly team up?
The Democratic Party had a choice to make. Do you embrace Zohran Mamdaniism, this third world nonsense? Or...
Jesus. So just right off the bat, going very racist with it. Do you support Zohran Mamdani and this third world nonsense? Jesus. We are 5 seconds into the video.
Do you run away from it because it is not representative?
This is not at 1.5 speed. This is normal speed.
Of the vast bulk of Americans. And the answer is they ran toward it, they grabbed it, and they hugged it. The leadership is reflecting the middle. In any case, the leadership of the Democratic Party is full scale embracing the third worldism. Barack Obama, who's been...
It's wild. Can we just take a moment where Ben Shapiro looks at two non-white guys talking to one another and is like, this must be third worldism. That's just racism, my guy. It's like when Pete Hegseth talks about the Pharisees in the press. You know? It's just, you're just straight up doing the bigotry. Damn. It's just, I'm so sick of mainstream press in particular just not pointing out that this is rank racism and bigotry. Just straight up. Donald Trump gets up in front of a microphone on the Daily and is just straight up saying oh yeah, anyone from Somalia has lower IQ. Ben Shapiro takes his lead from that and goes, Barack Obama and Zohran. Third worldism. It's crazy.
Kind of publicly missing from the debate for a while. He sounds off on Twitter every so often when he's not busy making crappy Netflix documentaries for too much money. He was out there campaigning basically with Zohran Mamdani. Why? Because Mamdani and Obama are of a piece. The thing that drove Barack Obama, I have said this literally his entire career, the thing that drove Barack Obama was the feeling that America was inherently guilty for all the problems of the world. This sort of post-colonial viewpoint was always.
America responsible for all the problems in the world? What? Or some kind of imperial power? Well, that post-colonial idea, I'm sorry, if you're doing a colonialism, you are in fact responsible for a lot of the problems in the world. You can't spend a century bombing and overthrowing other countries and then say, well, we washed our hands of it. We're no longer responsible for any of the consequences of our own actions. The party of personal responsibility that Ben has espoused his entire life. He's like, oh yeah, no, I believe in personal responsibility. All Republicans, we believe in personal responsibility. Personal responsibility, personal responsibility, personal responsibility. Because actions have consequences and facts don't care about your feelings. But when it comes to the actions of a state over a prolonged and systematized period, well, there aren't any consequences for that. There aren't consequences for that. There's not blowback for that. There's not, gonna be any consequences from that whatsoever. You can't, America responsible for slavery. I mean,
Barack Obama's viewpoint. You'll remember that Barack Obama, in his memoir, Dreams from My Father, wrote this, quote, I know I have seen the desperation and disorder of the powerless, how it twists the lives of children on the streets of Jakarta or Nairobi in much the same way as it does the lives of children on Chicago's South Side. How narrow the path is for them between humiliation and untrammeled fury. How easily they slip into violence and despair. I know the response of the powerful to this disorder, alternating as it does between a dull complacency and, when the disorder spills out of its prescribed confines, a steady, unthinking application of force, of longer prison sentences and more sophisticated military hardware, is inadequate to the task. Okay, that is third worldism in a nutshell. People are impoverished in Jakarta and Nairobi because of unfeeling elites who are doing capitalism and militarism and all the rest of them.
Paladin, thank you for the $5 dono.
Jack, it's just personal responsibility. The instant you get more than one personal together, the responsibility cancels out.
Oh,
That's just facts.
Oh, true. So it's kind of like a collective irresponsibility that he's in favor of. Interesting. But like, I'm sorry, I do want to hear his full answer here.
Unfeeling elites who are doing capitalism and militarism and all the rest of this. Right? That was always his position. So it's not a surprise to see. Okay, that is third worldism in a nutshell. People are impoverished in Jakarta and Nairobi because of unfeeling elites who are doing capitalism and militarism. And
that's not third worldism. Like when Obama describes it, I can't believe I'm like coming to Obama's defense here, but when Obama's describing the plight of someone in like inner city Chicago who's homeless and the plight of somebody who is suffering from deprivation in Nairobi, they both suffer under the same capitalist system. The system is the same. It's just the way that those two play out might be different compared to like the imperial core of America and the non-imperial Nairobi, Kenya. And so like what is being described here is capitalism oppressing both children, and both forms of that oppression is bad. That's not third worldism. That is a critique of capital. With Marxist Leninist Obama.
And all the rest of this. Right? That was always his position. So it's not a surprise to see him with Zohran Mamdani, who believes precisely the same thing. It is Zohran Mamdani who says things like, the NYPD boot is laced up by the IDF. It's all the same thing for them. The hatred, this is what people need to understand. Hatred of Israel in the United States. Hatred of it, not opposition to Israel's actions, which again, that's all debatable, of course.
Is it?
Can I just say, for people who say we keep making up terms and not understanding English, Repubs love making up terms and not understanding English.
It's true. It's true. A lot of the terms that the conservative right lambasts or belittles originate in academia to describe very specific things, whereas Republicans will just straight up make up like a bajillion new terms to functionally mean the same thing as, the KKK in order to bamboozle people into joining up. It's nuts.
As it is for any country. But true hatred of Israel, the kind that's now being mainstreamed in the Democratic Party, and hatred of the United States, meaning hatred of our free market system, hatred of our Constitution.
What's wild is Ben reads a very light critique of the system from Barack Obama and talks about it like it's a fucking revolutionary screed.
Jack, does this make Biden a leftist?
It is interesting to see how figures like Ben Shapiro arrive at the conclusion that like Barack Hussein Obama, Joseph Robinette Biden, I like to call them by their true names, Marx and Engels. Like it's just like he's just living in a delusional fantasy world, but it's interesting to see how it gets made.
Hatred of the fundamental principles upon which the United States is built, as opposed to third world countries everywhere. That hatred is coming from the same place. These are not separate issues. They are the same issue. Obama and Mamdani have always been on the same page, and they were over the weekend when they decided to get together to read to pre-K students in the South Bronx.
Here's enough to cover a pack of cold ones to help get through the pain of watching Ben once again be able to see the pieces of the puzzle that can be understood at age 7, unaware that they fit together to make a big picture.
Well, that's why he's really mad about this, because if you have Marx and Engels showing up to read literature to, kindergartners, they might realize when they hit the age of 7 that systemic inequality is bad and unjust and should be opposed. That's why, at the end of the day, we are dealing with the segment where Ben Shapiro is losing his shit about a former president and the mayor of New York reading books to children.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
What? Talking about buses and wheels? Why, are you trying to indoctrinate these children into believing in public transit? Communism?
Wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
God, it is so fucking
The
cute.
fact that Obama is even doing that with Mamdani shows where the Democratic Party is.
Guys, how can anyone, conservatives are so far off the map now, just so far gone that they look at this and they're like, Obama, he's saying wheels on the bus to those kids. They're gonna be scarred for life. How could he?
The Democratic Party had a choice to make. Do you embrace Zohran Mamdaniism, this third world nonsense? Or do you run away from it because it is not representative of the vast bulk of Americans? And the answer is they ran toward it, they grabbed it, and they hugged it. And this is why when Zohran Mamdani says he's never running for president, which of course he can't, he wasn't born in the United States, that should be of cold comfort. Because the entire point here is that...
What? Happy kids? That's practically atheist, trans, anti-American, pro-China communism.
Well, not only that, but you're getting these children chanting about buses and public transit. No, we can't have that. They should be singing about cars. Where are all of the Lightning McQueen plushies in that corporate-sponsored school? Come on, corporate America, we can do better than these commie bastards. God, it's just racism. Looking at a video of two black and brown man singing "Wheels on the Bus" to a school full of inner city kids, and being like, "This is communism." You're literally living in a fantasy world where these people like Ben. It's so exhausting for them because they have to constantly build a cathedral of bullshit every time they choose a topic to talk about. My job is comparatively easy. I just get online, I find these stories, and I know already from the jump this is gonna be bullshit. And then it somehow becomes even more bullshit than I was expecting or had prepared for. It's crazy. Yeah, wait until they learn about the importance of infrastructure from London bridges falling down.
This is a movement, and he is just one member of that movement. Democrats have discovered Bernie Sanders socialism fronted by people who are of diverse background, often from third world countries. This is the new formula.
Oh no, diverse people championing policies that support all of us? The horror. What a terrible dystopia for all of us. Those kids have no idea who the hell Obama and Mamdani are. Just wait. Just you wait until Mamdani runs for president and they all change the Constitution. Buses should be slow and expensive. Exactly. The wheels on the bus going round and round? No, we need to reject the wheel, embrace the square design for the bus wheel.
Folks, there is one ask.
All right, he's done. It's so stupid. Everything is so stupid right now, but it's deeply important to look at how stupid this is and to realize that these people have like millions of dollars at their disposal, given to them by the billionaire Epstein class. And the important thing to take away from this is, yes, our enemies are very stupid, but also they're very well funded. And the only way we beat them is by organizing together. So I'm encouraging you all, get organized. Join your local Dems, join your local DSA, jump into our Discord. We can help you join up if you don't know where to take your first steps in that regard. Reach out to Dragonfly for help with your DSA. Reach out to Dragonfly for help with your local Dems. Reach out to Gamergy for help with your local DSA. And we can help you get started. And if you don't want to join the Discord, you can, of course, jump over on riverboat.gg, where you can find one or both of them most of the time when I'm live. And I just have to say, I do think we can organize our way out of this, okay? I do have that, particular delusion. And I do hope you all do what you can, because it does make a difference. And you have the opportunity to change not just your city or your town, but also your state and even your country. And I think that that's a beautiful thing, and we need to fight for it. Organize, organize, organize. Also, if you got anything out of this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Comments longer than 8 words really help in the algorithm. And also consider going over and leaving a comment on my recent interview with Karishma Manzoor. Very, very cool candidate for Senate running against Chris Pappas in the Democratic primary in New Hampshire. Go check that out. Really, really good conversation. And I think you should, if you can, volunteer to phone bank or door knock for her campaign. Also, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Link down in the description.
You thought DQ Story Hour was bad. Wait for Socialist Sing-Along.
I love Socialist Sing-Along. Also, sorry you're blue. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Midnight Rider, thank you for the $2 super chat. Indeed, indeed. And last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes. It is non-tucking lingerie. It is, I think, pretty revolutionary. It's changed my life, the way I wear underwear, and it makes me feel very fancy and beautiful. So go check it out. ImogeneOlivia.com. Link down in the description, and let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is going to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord.